I am Lecia Barker. I'm an associate professor of information science at the University of Colorado at Boulder. I'm also a senior research scientist for the National Center for Women in Information Technology. In that role, I look around to see what kinds of knowledge I can take, research-based knowledge, to solve the problem of getting more women into technical fields, to balance it, to level the playing field so that everyone can make a contribution to the digital age. And we encourage people to, first of all, to get the greatest return on investment in the shortest time. And so what this means for getting women into the program is to find the women who are nearby already. They're already on your university campus, or they're graduating high school so they can be in your department taking your classes next fall. And then, so you locate your audience and you figure out who you want to target, and you think like a marketer. What do these people care about? How am I going to hook them with the right message? And then you come up with the message. The message has to include more than just interest, though. It has to also build their confidence that they will be successful, has to create a belief that they will feel that they belong in the discipline, which is difficult because it was made for men. And they have to feel like they can develop a sense of identity as a member of the computing professional community. So when you think about creating a message to get women into your major, to your undergraduate program, you have to take into account those four things: interest, confidence, belonging, and identity, and build your message that way. There are also some other things that they need to know. What is the career? What is the job going to be like? How can they give back to society? How can they have a meaningful life? How can they balance work and family? And what kind of salary are they going to get? Do they have to work only in one industry? Well, no, they can work anywhere. Information technology is everywhere. You can build toys, you can build weapons, whatever you care about doing. Let's hope it's toys. And then as far as retaining students in the program, we encourage people to adopt teaching practices and curricular practices that are useful for all students. And when we start, so that means teaching differently, making sure that students are talking to each other in classes, and that everyone realizes that there are smart people all over the class, and there are pockets of intelligence about different kinds of things. And if students are not talking to each other, if it's just a large lecture where only the professor talks, they're not going to get the chance to find out that, oh, that woman actually is really smart, right? Because they will just interpret the woman through the view of stereotypes. We also encourage curricular practices that make the material interesting and meaningful and personally relevant. How is information technology connected to your everyday life? So, some people use news stories and say, hey, there was this article in the news today about Facebook and the algorithm that they use to show advertisements to different kinds of people. What do you think about that? Just take a couple of minutes to connect that to what they're learning in class. It makes a huge difference. Okay, so adding the A to STEM, so STEM being science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. The A is art, and what do we do? How do we think about adding the A to, how do we think about connecting science and art? Well, there is so much going on that connects science to art. If I can talk about this situation where I'm speaking to a camera. Some people use cameras for art, right? Many people do. Well, there's so much technology in this digital camera right now. And we need artists to think about their needs. We need technologists to understand the artist's needs. What if we have people who know both technology and art? And it is very appealing to many kids, many young people, anybody, any age, you don't have to be young, to think about how can I accomplish some kind of artistic goal using technology. There are curricular programs. For example, at the University of Colorado, there's a program called Technology, Arts, and Media. And this is where students realize their interests in art and a number of different disciplines through technology. It's one of the most popular programs of study on the campus. It's really hard to get into because it's very popular. And it's really fun to see the kinds of things that students produce.